Bim.
I said, where you going, dude? To get some milk cookies.
Welcome to Our Thoughts, Your Thoughts, a show where we talk about the things you want to talk about
and the things you don't want to talk about.
Today, I want to shout out real quick the Power Circle. We're on the podcast last week. Please, guys, check out the Power Circle
podcast, and you can check out their Facebook page as well.
I think it's called the Power Circle Ottawa.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it was dope. It was good times, man.
It was a lot of fun.
I didn't think we'd be invited back. I would be invited back after the mess I created last time, man.
Shout out to Cassie B, Tino, and Sab, and bun you, Reggie, for leaving us, last minute. But that's okay. That's okay. We still got love for you, kind of. But bun you for that show.
We didn't need him for that, man.
No,
we didn't need him for that.
No.
So what's the special dessert today?
So today we have some Chips Ahoy ice cream cookies, as you guys can see here. They look delicious. But I gotta tell you something for real. I'm eating one. I'm taking it for the team because my boy DJ and I today we did the Perkins food challenge that we created because we had a bet going. So at the end of the day, I ended up eating 6 eggs, a side of bacon, a side of sausage, hash browns,
whoa,
home fries, and 8 buttermilk pancakes, and a cup of coffee.
8 pancakes?
8 pancakes, and they were probably like about that big.
Wow.
So, like, I felt good when I finished them, but now it's like, okay, I feel like it's starting to hit me a couple hours later.
So what made you want to do something so retarded?
You can't say that word.
So
it's not politically correct.
Okay, I don't have another word for it.
Just we made a bet and it ended up being a tie, so we both had to do it. DJ didn't finish, but in his defense, I outweigh him by 100 pounds.
Okay.
So he put up a good battle. So shout out to one of my coaches, DJ, but yeah, it was not pretty. And shout out to our boy Spencer, who was there just laughing at us the whole time.
I would be laughing too, man.
Yeah, we deserved it.
It reminds me of that time where you ate that family poutine all by yourself.
Yeah, 5-pound poutine by myself while watching The Wrestler.
That was such a great movie.
It was.
I can't believe I only watched it once. It was really good. It was dark, but it was really good, man.
It was really good. So, with that being said, today we have a few things that we want to talk about. We want to talk about this new Chris Brown video with Drake that had 10 million views in a day. We also want to talk about this very interesting Tyler, the Creator freestyle on HOT97. Then we're going to get into some interesting topics. The friend zone. How do you get in it? How did you get in it? How do you get out of it? And topics surrounding that, and our experiences perhaps with the friend zone, and also how do you spot when someone's lying?
Yeah, those
are gonna be some fire topics. Those are gonna be some fire, very interesting.
Tonight's gonna be a good night, man.
Absolutely. But before we do any of that, we have to do what we do. Excuse me, and let the people know what is, what are we vibing to. So
my song of the week is the song called North Face by OTYT. So ODIE.
Okay.
So I just happen to be on a regular blogging site for streetwear that I like, and that came up as one of the songs to vibe to. And man, it was such a great song, man. The video's on point. It's it reminds me. I can't even say what it reminds me of, but it seems so familiar. It was such a great video, but it also, sorry, I can't talk with the food in my mouth. It reminds me of when I was just a teenager or a college kid, busing everywhere, and just just taking in your environments, looking at everything, and the way he does it, he kind of puts himself in some of these situations. It was such a great video. It's called North Face, and it's worth listening to, man.
Dope.
Yeah, what's yours, man?
Mine is Energy by Big Crit.
Hmm.
I love Big Crit. Very underrated. Dope lyricist. Yeah, they're pretty good. Dope lyricist. And the reason the vibe got me is because he sampled He Loves Me by Jill Scott. And Jill Scott is like my wife's like favorite artist. And it just, so I get to listen to hip hop and it makes me think of my wife at the same time. So it's a good vibe. It's a good vibe.
The video reminds me a lot of the 21 Savage song that got him in trouble. A lot. Yeah. Yeah, it's that like feel good vibe, but it's also that conscious vibe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was dope, man.
Speaking of conscious, we want you to consciously subscribe to this channel. And if you guys want to see all of the music that we listen to, check the description at the bottom because our Spotify playlist is down there. So make sure you guys check that out and check out all our social media. Subscribe to all that stuff. But subscribe to this channel because, like we said, these topics are going to be fire. Okay? But again, since we're talking about music, what did you think of the Chris Brown Drake video for No Guidance?
I thought it was like just pure comedy. It wasn't serious, and what a great way to kind of like put beef behind you, right? To make fun of each other. And I think Drake took one for the team.
Yep.
You know, he took one to he made himself look stupid, but for the greater good, to come out as the bigger man.
Who's bigger, Drake or Chris Brown?
In what sense?
Like just in general, like
as an artist?
Yeah.
Oh, Drake is way bigger than Chris Brown. Chris Brown doesn't host the SPs. He doesn't do any of that stuff. He's not he doesn't have a basketball team.
yeah, that's true. He could dance his ass off though.
Yeah, but dancing is not a big thing in today's culture anyway.
True.
So he's like
anything is a dance now, right?
Yeah, he's a relic.
Like, can you still believe that sneezing into your shoulder became a dance? Like literally, and they're like, "Yo, look at me dab, look at me dab." I'm like, that's a sneeze. Like that's how you're supposed to sneeze.
But anybody can do it. That's
exactly.
That's the attractive.
Like the backpack kid made the floss. Like when you think about it, in theory, that is one of the dumbest dances I've ever seen.
What's
but everybody,
the I can't do it.
I could do it, but only because my kids taught me how to do it. But it's really stupid. Like there's no rhythm involved or anything.
You know, things have changed when a video game is the trendsetter. Fortnite.
Very true. Very true. The thing I loved about it too, and I'm thinking about this right now, Drake was the bigger man in the sense that he was able to poke fun at himself. But at the same time, do you not think that was a genius marketing ploy?
Yeah,
because
that's what I mean.
Because everybody's saying like, oh yeah, Chris Brown could dance, but did you see how stupid Drake looked? Like apparently they said there's a meme for every dance move he did in that video. Because you know he's like, oh, here comes the snake. Oh, from like what's it called, dodgeball. You know the cobras and stuff. He could poke fun at himself and make money off of it.
Yeah, which keeps him relevant.
Absolutely.
Because Chris Brown kind of looks sickly in the video, like just him as an individual.
I was watching this comedian Ryan Davis, and he's made a really good point. He said Chris Brown looks like a cross between Tupac and Prince.
Yeah.
In that video,
the bandana, the what do you call it? The hair.
Yeah.
The hair and the beard.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah. It's funny how he was dressed in red.
I know. I noticed that too.
Yeah. Like, word is he's been extorted a lot by the gangs for claiming a set.
Well, because at the same time, are there any Crips or Bloods in Virginia? Like isn't that where he's from? Because I still remember when he was doing Run It, and he's like, I'm just like a kid from Virginia, and I'm like, what? But now you're like repping gangs? Like I'm confused.
Yeah, it's silly, but it is what it is, man.
Oh man, speaking of silly, that freestyle by Tyler the Creator.
Yo, I wanted to go through it with you.
Okay. Because
it's so hilarious.
It's pretty darn funny.
Yeah. So tell me about when you first heard it.
Okay, so when I first heard it, you made me listen to it, and when I heard it, and he was just dropping all of these different lines because of apparently he came out of the closet and so on and so forth. He's so aggressive with it in the freestyle, you know, talking about going to Sweden, you know, so he could, you know, do all the sweet men that he wants and whatever. But you know what I thought about too? I'm like, listen, I don't care. I'm not homophobic, but in any sense. What I was thinking was, man,
I wanted to go through it with you.
Okay.
Because it's so hilarious.
It's pretty darn funny.
Yeah. So tell me about when you first heard it.
Okay. So when I first heard it, you made me listen to it, and when I heard it, and he was just dropping all of these different lines because of apparently he came out of the closet and so on and so forth. He's so aggressive with it in the freestyle, you know, talking about going to Sweden, you know, so he could, you know, do all the sweet men that he wants and whatever. But you know what I thought about too? I'm like, listen, I don't care. I'm not homophobic, but in any sense. What I was thinking was, man, I wasn't even like, I laughed at what he was saying, but I was at the end of the day, I was like, this is pretty dope.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
that's all
like,
I was thinking.
He can rap.
Like, that's all I was thinking. I was like, whatever. Okay, you want to make comments like that and be controversial or whatever? Yo, he could rap. Yeah. That's all I kept thinking. But Funkmaster Flex's reactions were really funny. And then you're kind of like,
his reactions were more suspect than what Tyler was saying.
Because Tyler was just saying stuff, and then Funkmaster Flex was freaking out, and Tyler was just looking at him like, what?
Yeah.
like he wasn't flinching or anything. That tells me that Tyler the Creator is a great poker player.
Yeah, he's no joke. But the way he performed was great. He'll say one bar or two bars, and then he'll pause like, no, that's not good. But I got so like into what he was doing. Like, it was a performance. I don't think it was just a rap freestyle. I think it's part of the overall act of the album or whatever. He put on a performance.
His last album was dope, by the way.
Which one? Igor.
It's really good.
So he was promoting Goblin. That's the new album.
Which one? I thought it was Igor, the new one.
The new one is Goblin, I think.
Are you sure? I think
Goblin's the old one. We'll set it. We'll see.
We'll see. But whatever. Just whatever the new album is dope.
Yeah.
So it's fire.
Like, I listened to Flower Boy, and that was interesting.
Really good too.
Like, he was kind of coming out, you know, but kind of not. Yeah. And with him, you never really know if he's serious or not.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, he's very sarcastic.
Yeah. You ever watch Tiny Desk concerts?
Yeah.
Did you see his performance?
We talked about
but did you see his?
No, I didn't see it.
It's pretty good. It's not new. It's like from like 2-3 years ago, but he can perform, man.
Yeah. Like, dude, my favorite part of the freestyle was like when he said something about me and Flex can get buff dudes and have butt, you know, and Flex was like, but the thing he said is, why did you go with that verse?
Yeah,
that's what he said. Why'd you go with that verse? What do you mean? Why'd you go with that verse? Does that mean you knew the verse already?
The verse is coming.
You knew that was coming.
Maybe he knew the context.
Because Flex, he's been caught with, well, rumors are he's kind of been caught with the LGBTQ type of situation with prostitution and stuff like that. Allegedly and supposedly. So I can't confirm that, but I think that's what Tyler the Creator was alluding to.
Is it getting caught if that's just your lifestyle? No, but seriously.
Well, if you're trying to hide it, like Flex is trying to keep a tough guy image, right? He's trying to keep a big hardcore hip hop type of image.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So we talked about Tyler the Creator and Funkmaster Flex potentially being friends, which brings us to the friend zone.
Friends.
Okay. Potentially being
like
friends.
Sliding in a DM. That's what he said.
Whoa,
so Flex
that was
sliding in his DMs. Oh, and that verse said, "I keep like Art Kelly. I keep HOT16s."
Yeah.
Remember that?
Mhm.
Oh, that was crazy.
What made me laugh was at the end when he's like, "Flex, you wanna come? You wanna come, Flex?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
wanna come?" And he's like, "Yeah." Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you set me up for that.
Yeah.
So that was funny. That was funny.
My bad, man. My bad.
But it's all good. It's all good. No, that's all you. I can't. I got too much pancake in my belly. That's
Yeah. But
and-
it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
in this case, we good. In this case, we good. So, okay.
This is me opening up the other cookie ice cream sandwich.
And I have topped up. I'm done. So the reason I want to talk about this, okay, is because I have had numerous friends talking to me about friend zone. I even know that personally I was put in the friend zone by my wife for years before she was my wife. Okay. Now, when you think about the friend zone, what's the first thing I think of is how does the friend zone even occur? Because I feel like okay, I'm gonna say something controversial. I feel
Really?
like usual.
Mhm.
So to me, sometimes it depends, man. If a woman, and the thing is, you can't really say a woman put you in the friend zone, like put you in the friend zone. You kind of put yourself in the friend zone sometimes. Okay, sometimes if the girl has nothing, like she has no reason to not give you a shot, you know what I mean? There's no reason to put you in the friend zone. I feel like as soon as you make your intentions known, it can no longer be a friend zone. Friend zone, excuse me, is one
Unless
of
you
those,
take it back.
yeah, unless you were like, oh, I was feeling you, but not anymore. Then yeah, you could be in the friend zone. But I think if you make your intentions known, you can never be really in the friend zone anymore, because I feel like that would just be stupid for someone to think, oh, okay, this person told me that they have feelings for me, but they're not there anymore, just like that. You know what I mean? Like that's there's no way that's gonna happen. But at the same time, this is where things get a little controversial. This makes me think a little bit of a quote my sister told me a while ago. Okay, so I'm allowed to say this because it came from a woman. So women, don't send us hate mail. Do not send us DM saying that we're chauvinists, blah blah blah. 'Cause
Okay.
my sister said this to me. Okay, she said, "You have to understand something, Jet. Guys are dumb, but girls are stupid." Okay. So what did she mean by that? She meant that guys, we don't know better. We don't know any better. Okay. We'll enter a situation, and for the most part, like, we just won't know any better. You know what I mean? Like, be like, oh, no, I didn't know I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? Whereas a woman will enter a situation knowing better, but she'll do it anyway. You know what I mean? It's like the thing I just thought about. There was just a post with Tristan Thompson. He just got back with his first baby mama again. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like the situations where you've heard girls say, "Oh, you know, I want this type of guy. Oh, has that worked for you before?" No, it didn't work the first 26 times, but this time right here, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. But then the good dude that's right there, they're gonna be like, no, I can't do that. What, treat me like a queen? Nah, I ain't got time for that. I need to be treated like a hot mess. You know what I mean? Tell me I'm wrong.
No, it's actually probably a good thing that they stay a hot mess, because they probably, like, dudes that I know that are kind of off or kind of crazy, they were mistreated by some chick.
That's all it takes. One chick that wasn't feeling him that way, put his whole confidence level self-esteem way down, and then he became some sort of a maniac or whatever. Fuck boy.
So
Great expression.
I actually Googled the friend zone.
Okay. Please educate us.
Well, Google. Wikipedia it.
Okay.
The friend zone is a situation in which one member of a friendship wishes to enter into a romantic or sexual relationship while the other does not. That's the friend zone. You want something? She's like, nah, nigga.
do men friend zone women? No. Okay, let me rephrase that. Do single men friend zone women?
Imagine this girl that's coming to you. You're just not feeling.
Okay.
So there's many reasons why the friend zone happened. One of them is you're just not attracted to that person. So like you're saying, if your type has failed 26 times, you're just doomed to die alone.
But remember, I said guys are dumb. So I feel like they would still
guys
test
are
drive.
soldiers.
They would still test drive that vehicle. not literally, but they would still test drive the situation and be like, maybe.
Yeah, but I think the guys that do put girls in the friend zone are the guys who are secretly trying to hit and trying to be like a gentleman. It's like, oh, but you put, you say we'll just be friends. Then yeah, okay, we'll be friends, right? And they just run with that, but they probably initially tried, right?
Fair.
I think at some point you initially tried to do something. So that's one point.
Didn't Mario have a song about that?
Oh, yeah, but Bismarck's
but he remixed it.
yes, but
Mario.
Bismarck's version is more sad.
Yeah, I know, but Mario's actually talking about the friend zone. When you think about it, Bismarck's just talking about like getting messed over.
Yeah.
But Mario remixed it and said, "Oh baby, you got what I need, but you say I'm just a friend," as opposed to you say he's just a friend.
Yeah, but
right? I could be your fantasy, da, 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 da. And then she's just like, but you say I'm just a friend, right?
So that's one, attractiveness. You gotta be attracted to that person, right? Either physically or whatever. And this article that I read came from Psychology Today. It said the way you can change that, you might be a nice person, you might be a good guy or a good girl, and you have all the other traits, but that one trait of being attractive is the one that's not working, right? They say what you got to do to get out of the friend zone, maybe dress a little bit better.
Whip it out. then your intention is known.
Dress a little bit better, groom a little bit better, improve your body language, get into shape if you're not in shape. Basically, become someone else. You're not.
Yo, do you remember that time when we had Tyrone on?
Yeah.
And he was saying, I was dating this girl, but she really wasn't my type, so I let her know that she wasn't my type, but I was still dating her. Is that not the same thing? It's like, if you want to get out of the friend zone, be everything else other than yourself.
Yeah. It's so stupid.
That's crazy.
It's so stupid.
That's crazy. But at the same time, if you have to change yourself that much to be with someone else, chances are when you get into that relationship, you'll be miserable.
Yeah, because you're not being yourself.
You're not being yourself.
But the next point, they say, find a match. Find someone that's more like you.
But this is where I think girls are stupid. Like, in that sense. No, because they can have someone that they have everything in common with, but then they'll put them in the friend zone. You see what I'm saying? But you have everything in common. You're like, no, but I want the bad boy, or whatever. Someone that you don't have stuff in common with. And the thing is, it's like, okay, I remember hearing this joke once, okay? And it was basically this. A girl goes to heaven, okay? This lady goes to heaven, and she, God says, okay, there's a building, you're going to find the man of your dreams in there, okay? She goes to the first floor, and it says, out of the 10 characteristics that you're looking for in a man, this man has 3 of them. If you want someone who has more of the characteristics, please go to the second floor. Goes to the second floor, finds a man who has 5 characteristics. Goes to the next floor, finds a man with 7 characteristics. Goes to the next floor, finds someone with 9 characteristics. You would think she would stop at the 9, but she's like, I'm gonna go to one more floor. She goes up to the 1 floor. She says, the man you were looking for does not exist. Please exit the building. You know what I mean? And a lot of times I feel like that's what happens. That's the friend zone. Like the girl will have everything she wants right there, minus and it might not even be minus a characteristic. It might be a characteristic there, but she doesn't want to look at it. She doesn't want to see it, right? And then she wants to go with, another like BS attraction, but forget everything. Right? A girl could say like, I heard about his reputation. Like, he might have slept with, like, my friend, her cousin, her mom, her this, her that. But I'm different. I'm different. You know what I mean? He's not going to do that to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, I'm not going to judge dudes. But at the same time, there's got to be some yellow flags or something. But they're like, nope. I'm going to proceed with my eyes like this. And we'll see what happens. You know what I mean?
So, like, the whole thing with the nice dude, the article talks about that too. One of the points, the next point says, don't be scared. Don't be afraid to state your intention.
Shoot your shot.
You know, exactly. Shoot your shot. Just go out there, and you don't need to be a bad boy. You have to go out there with confidence, right? You have to say, look, this is what I'm hoping to get, and you got to play coy a little bit. You got to play the game. Yeah. But what I understand is, when you get into the friend zone, is when you shoot your shot, it doesn't work. Your shot was probably defective in the first place. It doesn't work. Then the guys, then dudes and girls, they say, oh, whoa, I'm gonna weight her down for a long time. That friend zone, and eventually she'll catch up.
But you know what? Personally, I think you could reload when you shoot your shot, and then just wait for that not perfect shot, but wait for that. This makes me sound real snakish, but you know what I mean? Like, a person, because don't forget, a person could try and put you in the friend zone right away, but it's also because they don't know you.
Yeah.
Right. But then once they get to know you, you just reload and.
But that's what guys who are stuck in the friend zone think. They're just waiting for that perfect opportunity. When that opportunity passes.
But that's the thing. I'm saying you could wait for an opportunity. I never said about perfect opportunity. Because if you wait for a perfect opportunity, you're that dude who never shoots his shot. You know what I mean? And you can't make the shots that you don't take.
Yeah. Right?
So, and we've talked about this before in the past. My theory is, for example, if you ask out 100 tens, 5 of them will say yes no matter what. Even if you look like Quasimodo.
Okay, so I have facts for you.
Okay, please do.
It says the facts are 67% of men would be willing to go out with a stranger if they're asked. A stranger. 43% of women would do the same thing. So basically half. As long as and here's the caveat. They'll be willing to go out with a stranger of average attractiveness. Crazy.
There you go.
Crazy.
There you go.
So basically, it says shoot your shot.
Yeah.
Don't be too nice. Don't put them on the pedestal.
No, don't put them on the pedestal.
Yes.
But here's the thing too. Do you think the friend zone changes as a woman gets older? Because when you're fly and you're like in your mid-20s, you know what I mean? You look good. You feel like the world is your oyster.
I think.
But then you start hitting like a little over 30, mid-30, early 40s. The friend zone turns into opportunities.
You know what? I think that in the later years, in the 30s and 40s, dudes put women in the friend zone.
Yes.
As the side chicks. And they can graduate to become a side chick.
Oh my goodness.
For real, think about it.
That's true. That's true.
Because you have so much more option. Right?
That's true.
You could do whatever you want to do.
Before 30, and I think this is one of my boys who told me this. Before 30, they're the catch. After 30, you're the catch. But I feel like, but seriously, I feel like the friend zone has to change. It has to change as you get older.
Yeah, and I think you have to gain a little bit more confidence as you age, because if you don't, man, it'll be a very horrible existence if you stay in the friend zone.
But you know what the other thing is too? I feel like a lot of girls regret putting dudes in the friend zone once they see them with someone else.
Yeah,
that happens a lot.
Scarcity, the market dictates, man.
This is true. This is true. But at the same time, are the best relationships not friends with benefits? Like think about it. Like, your wife is your friend. You just have a friend that you do stuff to.
You know what? Speaking of friends with benefits, sometimes the friend zone is not just the idea of trying to go out on a date or getting together sexually with a person. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you might have a friends with benefits. Mm-hmm. And the problem is they don't want to commit to you because you're that type of friend or you're that friend. So that's as bad as not hitting in some situation. No.
What? I'm like, what?
You know what? But no. I think honestly, being put in the friends with benefits zone and that never graduates, that may mess you up internally. Like where you want to commit, you want to be with that person, but that person does not, and you shared very intimate, intimate situation with that person. That could be worse.
Yeah, but the good could be confusing. That's why.
Exactly. But imagine you're just that friend, and then that friend goes off and has like a real husband or a real girlfriend, or whatever. Then you're just nothing. You can't even come back and try to hit.
Yeah. But like I said, man, I really feel like if a girl puts you in a friend zone and then she sees you shacked up with someone else after, she's like, damn, I missed the boat on that one.
Yeah. But I think secretly every guy's trying to hit.
But that's primal. That's primal. You know what I mean?
Like,
I joke around all the time. I'm like, yo, I'm on my Genghis Khan. You know what I mean? Just trying to populate the planet with my wife, of course, with my wife.
Yeah.
But you know that's there's something primal about that.
Like I do believe that there's no way that a guy is just gonna be friends with a girl without thinking that, potentially, so, I wonder what it's like under there.
So it's like it's not a car. I wonder what's under the hood. But okay, so here's my other question. So if a girl says she wants to be in the friend zone, or if you're a girl who tells a guy you're not feeling them and they get put in the friend zone, they say it's cool, how could you tell if they're lying or not?
Well, that's the game, right? It's a game. But if you set your intentions out in the first place, and they don't work, you shoot your shot, it doesn't work, best thing to do is walk the fuck away. Right? You don't want your emotions to get all jacked up and play in that game where you get confused. No, you don't want to be in that situation. If it doesn't work out, just walk away. Fair. That's the best thing to do.
Fair. But staying on that topic, how do you know in general? How do you personally think that you can detect if someone's lying or not?
Oh, you know what? Try to look at someone in the eye. Sometimes you just know. My favorite situation is someone lying to me. They know that I know that they know that I'm lying, that they're lying. We're both aware of it, but they're still going to do it. Then it's like, what do you do? Especially if it's a friend, what do you do? Do you play the game or do you call them out?
But if they're a real friend, you should call them out.
You should, right?
You should.
But if you're a real friend, would you put them on blast like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Well, how could I call myself a friend if I let you lie in my face and keep on with your bullshit?
So, a few years ago, I was out with a friend. We went to Lowe's, okay, to pick up some material for some renovations, okay. We go to the lighting aisle or electrical aisle, and my friend asked one of the clerks for help, and he says blah 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 blah. I'm looking for this, and the guy's like, yeah, okay, we can do this, we can do that, and my buddy stops him straight in the tracks, like you don't know what you're talking about, right? He's like, thank you. I'll just go find someone else. I was like, oh, I thought I was bad, but that was like, you know what? It was honest. Yeah. He told the dude straight, and the dude realized that he couldn't BS his way through this, right? And then now it's either he quits, or he improves himself, right? So my friend didn't waste his time and didn't waste the other guy's time, and it was such a great learning experience.
What movie scene am I thinking of right now when you say that?
I don't know. What?
Yeah, menace to society. You know you done fucked up, right? Right? That's the scene I think about right away. Right away.
Yeah.
To me personally, in terms of lying, there's a couple of things. Body language, depending on the level of defensiveness, that tells me, okay, maybe someone's lying. But I'm big, like you said, eye contact. And again, I don't know where I picked this up, but I picked up this thing where if you're talking to someone directly in their eyes and they look to the left, so their left, they're trying to recall something. They're trying to think about, like, you're asking them a question, they're trying to recall. If they look to the right, bullshit.
They're trying to invent something.
Bullshit.
Interesting.
Yeah, bullshit.
Interesting.
Now, again, if you're a professional liar like George Costanza or something, maybe you're good.
You
know
just
what I mean?
go to the left at all times.
At
you
all times, right?
that. I think when lying, when I've had my best lies, I convince myself first. I believe it, where like I couldn't remember another thing but that. You know, you convince yourself that, you know, that hot girl just is not hot, and you find all the reasons why she's not
Her
hot.
eyes are too close together. We've had this discussion.
Exactly.
Her eyes are too close together.
So you just make yourself believe it.
That's true. You know that's crazy that you say that, because I just finished listening to 1984 by George Orwell, and they say that when they're asking the guy, "What's 2 + 2?" and he says 5. But in front of him, he knows it's 4. But they convinced him that it's 5.
5, yeah.
But again, it's the whole convincing thing, right? Where you almost create delusions at times.
But you talking about books, Homo sapien, Sapiens, the book.
Yeah.
What they got us to believe is everything is made up. Everything comes from someone's imagination, especially our system. So
doesn't that mean the whole book could be made from an imagination?
I think it highlights that too. Yeah.
Fair.
But yeah, like, and you know what? When someone's lying, you know, I try to understand. Okay, why is that happening? Like, why are you lying to me?
Yeah.
Like, what exactly are you trying to get out of it, or what exactly are you trying to get out of? Right?
Yeah.
Like, most of the time they say it's for like, they want to experience a little bit of pleasure, or they don't want to experience any consequence or any like discomfort.
Yep.
That's one of the first things, and also they do it to protect themselves, right? But if we're good friends, or like my kids, when my kids lie, I always tell them, look, I'm honest. You are going to get in trouble after this, but not as much as if you lie, if you don't tell me the truth.
It's the exact same
right?
thing.
And sometimes to encourage them, say, you won't get in trouble. I just want to know what's up, so I can help you. You know.
Yeah.
But if the truth doesn't come out, it's very hard to actually fix a situation if the truth doesn't come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very true, man. Very true. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
So, what's the moral of the story when it comes to figuring out if someone's lying or not?
Think about what's their motive. What would be their motive of lying in a particular situation?
You ain't got to lie, Craig.
Right? Because then you could take, instead of trying to get the person to admit that they lied, you could try to say, you could try to understand, okay, what would be their motive? If their motive is to not experience any form of discomfort, then what about the situation that would make them feel uncomfortable? So if you go back a few steps, you might uncover a deeper truth, and you might uncover actually how to get that person to tell you the truth at all times, right? So if you understand human psychology or human behavior, you might detect and you might disarm them a little bit quicker. You know what I mean?
Okay, fair. But yo, that's the show, man. Just like that.
So we've gotten way better at this thing, huh?
Yeah. We're not Joe Roganing it and going 3 hours.
Yeah, but Joe Rogan gets that guap.
Yes, he does. If I could get his guap and talk for 3 hours, you know.
If I had $1 million.
Wasn't one of those guys like a crackhead or something?
For real? The bare naked ladies?
Yeah, one of them was like a drug addict.
How are you a drug addict in Canada? Anyways, that's probably when he crossed over. That's like pre opium opioids.
Opioids.
Yeah. But anyway,
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
that dude is dead, by the way. But yeah, great show today, guys. Check out our playlist on Spotify.
Yeah, and all the links are on the bottom. Check the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends, because we want to know what people have to say about, especially the friend zone, picking up on people lying, everything like that. We definitely want to know your opinions on that. And you know, stay tuned for more fire, because these conversations have been getting better and better.
Yeah, definitely. Anyways, we'll see you guys soon, and keep watching.
Yeah, and if you can't listen to the whole show on YouTube, obviously, by watching it, hey, on your commute, you just listen to the podcast. We're everywhere. Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Music.
We're everywhere like 1984.
Big Brother's watching you. That's it, man. So, this has been the Our Thoughts, Your Thoughts podcast, the show where we talk about the things you want to talk about
and the things you don't want to talk about.
Peace out.
Bim.